So yeah, after opening over 1 million of the new throwback eggs, I got some pretty insane pets and some pretty rare hatches, and was finally able to make different pet loadouts for coins, gems, and bubbles, and greatly improve each loadout. So, yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another bubblegum simulator video. So as you guys probably know, I opened 1 million of the pastel eggs, and they recently added another new egg called the throwback egg. So I thought I might as well do the same, and in this video I'm going to be opening 1 million of the new throwback eggs to see if I can hatch any of the new secrets, or just overall hatch a ton of really good pets so I can upgrade my team. But before I get into the video, if you enjoy this video or find it useful, don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget that once we reach 40,000 subscribers, I will be doing a massive 100+ huge pet giveaway on Pets99. However, I do give away 3 double gem game passes every single video. If you want a chance to win one of these game passes, all of the giveaway information is in the description, but basically you got to comment your Roblox username along with the special keyword found somewhere in this video. Also make sure to like and subscribe, and make sure in your privacy settings on Roblox you allow anyone to join your game. When I roll the winners in about a day or so, the winner will have to be online and in a bubblegum simulator game, as well as be joinable. This is really the only efficient way that I could come up with doing giveaways for this game. If you have any other ideas on how I could do this, definitely let me know down in the comments. But basically, when I roll the winners, if you are not online in a bubblegum simulator game, as well as not joinable, I will have to unfortunately re-roll and find a different winner. But with that all being said, let's get into the video. Okay, so surprisingly, the bubblegum simulator devs decided to release an update halfway through the week on Wednesday. Now, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and sometimes Thursdays are normally my days off, so I wasn't even at my main setup when this was released. However, using remote desktop, I was able to start hatching pretty fast, which is how I was able to hatch the new egg for already over 24 hours straight. Now, what is the new egg that I'm talking about? Now, in this update, they added in a few new features. However, what we're going to be looking at today is the throwback egg. We're going to be opening over 1 million of these eggs, and that is because in this egg there are quite a few really cool things. Now, first of all, there are 2 new secret pets. Now, the easiest one is going to be the godly gem, 1 out of 250 million. Now, I say easy, but in comparison to the previous hardest secret, which was 1 out of I think 100 million, this is still significantly harder, so it is going to be pretty tough to hatch. And then they decided to add a second secret to this egg called the Dementor, which is an astounding 1 out of 1 billion chance. So there's not going to be many of these hatched by the end of the event, and even after hatching over 1 million of these eggs, my odds of getting the first secret are kind of low, and my odds of getting the second secret are really low. However, if you saw my last video where I opened over 1 million of the pastel eggs, I did get pretty lucky and hatched my first secret ever, the giant chocolate chicken, as well as I somehow managed to hatch a 1 out of 500 million chance pet. So if you're interested in seeing those hatches, definitely go check out that video. But that really makes me think that I should be able to hatch some pretty rare stuff from 1 million of the throwback eggs. Maybe not a secret. I hope I do get a secret, but at the very least, I should be able to get some of the legendaries and maybe even some shiny and mythic variants. The best thing about this egg is, in my opinion, actually the legendaries. Now, there are 3 legendaries. The first one, the Easter Serpent, is honestly pretty easy to get, which is why I'll be auto-deleting it on most of my accounts, and I really won't be factoring it into the final pets that I get from the end of the hatching, just because this pet is really weak compared to the other 2 legendaries, which are pretty good. Now, these are both tier 3s, making the dual corn tied for the easiest tier 3 legendary in the game, tied with the virus. Now, that is really good because tier 3 legendaries and secrets are the only ones that can have special enchants, including high roller, which gives you luck as you're hatching. So even if after hatching this egg I don't get any of the secrets, I will still be really happy as long as I can get myself a ton of the dual corns so that I can make a high roller loadout on every one of my alts. Now, shiny would be better, but I doubt I'll get 50 shiny dual corns, so even just 50 normal ones will be nice, and I'll just auto enchant on all my accounts and hopefully get the high roller on each one. And then the holy egg is obviously a lot rarer, 1 out of 500,000. However, the shiny version of this is still going to be extremely powerful and probably better than most of the pets in my loadouts, so I really hope I can get a few of these to help really better my team, but we will see. So yeah, I'm really excited to hatch this egg. There are a ton of stuff in it, including 2 secrets and some easy tier 3 legendaries, and hopefully by the end of this video, after hatching 1 million throwback eggs, I will be able to make a much better team. Okay, so before I actually get into the hatching, I do just want to quickly talk about my account loadout. So obviously I will be taking advantage of as many evolved and tier 5 potions as I can. Now, since I will be hatching for over 24 hours, getting enough evolved potions alone to hatch for 24 hours is nearly impossible. And even getting enough tier 5 speed, lucky, and mythic potions to hatch for 24 hours on every single account is also really tough. So I'll be doing my best to keep my luck above at least a couple 100%. So at the very least, I will be hatching with around 250% luck, and at most I'll be hatching with around 1000% luck. Keeping in mind, every few hours that I'm hatching, I will be coming back to check what I got, as well as I'll be checking the black market for any tier 5 and evolved potions, and I'll be opening my mystery boxes and other stuff to get myself more potions that I can use while I'm hatching. So although I'll be doing my best to keep up with the potions, at the very least I'll be hatching with a 270% luck, and at the very most I'll be hatching with a 1000% luck when I have an evolved potion active. With all that being said, all my accounts are pay to win, meaning they have all the game passes except for the affinity gum and digital storage. These game passes are actually really bad, and honestly, if I could do it again on my main account, I would not buy these. But more importantly, each account does have the double luck game pass, also providing me with some much needed luck. Now, unfortunately, I do not have a luck team. That is really the goal of this video, to get enough tier 3s to actually make a luck team for each one of my accounts. So I do not have any luck provided from that, but most of the time I will be in a server with at least a few friends, also providing a bit of a luck boost as well. Okay, so I'm definitely gonna have to grind a few coins because I am gonna be hatching for around 24 hours straight to get 1 million throwback eggs. However, before I do that, in my last video I saw a ton of comments asking how I run multiple accounts on one PC. I do have a tutorial linked in the description. However, all you really need to do is download the Roblox account manager. You do not really have to add any accounts into this anymore, and then just use an extension called Blockstrap, which will be linked in the description. And once you have it, just open it up, and then as long as Roblox account manager is open and you have multi-Roblox turned on, which I also show you in the tutorial video, you should be able to click launch Roblox, and then you'll just be able to launch as many instances as you can. Now, you do have to log into every Roblox instance, but that really does not take too long, and it is just a much more foolproof way to actually run multiple accounts. However, there is a more detailed tutorial linked in the description. Okay, so I went ahead and farmed myself up over 250 billion coins on each account. Now, I don't know if this is actually going to be enough to hatch all the way through, but if I do need to refill my coins halfway through, I will, because honestly, it only took like 5 to 10 minutes per account to actually get this many coins, just because of how OP my team is, and the fact that now there is a double coins game pass, which makes it much easier. But with that being said, time to go to the throwback eggs and start hatching for around 24 hours, or until I have over 1 million of the throwback eggs hatched. Alright, so it's been like 2 hours, and I do just want to quickly check what I've gotten so far. So on my first account over here, I hatched a shiny Easter serpent. That's not too bad. Over here, wow, okay, so it looks like I hatched a ton of dual corns. Okay, so far all normal though. A few serpents and oh, a holy egg. Okay, that's definitely got to be pretty good. Gotta check that out in a minute. And then on this account, it looks like just a ton more dual corns, maybe a shiny if I'm lucky. Nope, just a bunch of regulars. And then on this account, a few Easter serpents and ooh, a holy egg again. Okay, and then on this account, only 1 dual corn. Okay, not too bad. I got quite a few dual corns and 2 holy eggs, so that's pretty cool. The holy egg looks like it actually has pretty good strength, so I think definitely if I get a shiny one of this, I will definitely be using it in my loadout. And yeah, so I guess without further ado, it is time to start AFKing again. Okay, it's been another couple hours of actually AFKing, and time to check what I got again. Okay, so it looks like on this account, a ton more dual corns. Ooh, a shiny dual corn. Okay, that is actually pretty good to start with. Wow, I'm honestly surprised I got one that early on. And then this account, just a couple more normal dual corns. Okay, another shiny dual corn. Okay, that's pretty sick. And then on the top account here, we got more dual corns. Looks like they're mostly normal up here. A serpent, and then a holy egg, and another holy egg. 2 holy eggs. Wow, okay, not bad. Let's check up here. A serpent and a holy egg. Wow, okay, all right. And then on this last account here, we got obviously a couple dual corns, another shiny. That's pretty good. And then a few more regulars and a few serpents. That is honestly not too bad. I'm surprised I already got that many holy eggs and that many shiny dual corns, so I'm really excited to see how many I get in total, but let's keep going. All right, so it is time to check what I got again. It was about 8 hours more hatching this time, so there should be a lot of pets here. Okay, so on the top left account here, yeah, we can already see there are a lot of pets. It looks like just mostly serpents though. Okay, a dual corn, another regular dual corn, and then one holy egg. Okay, that's not too bad. Now on this account, looks like just 3 dual corns. Wow, okay. And wow, it looks like a ton of dual corns on this account. Okay. A bunch of normal dual corns. Ooh, and a holy egg, and then some more serpents. And then it looks like there's a ton of dual corns on this account. A shiny one, not bad, not bad. And then on this account, it looks like I also got a ton of dual corns again. Okay, a holy egg as well, not bad. And then yeah, just a ton of normal dual corns as well as some serpents. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. Oh, and a shiny dual corn. Okay. So yeah, I got a ton of dual corns, especially a few more shinies and a holy egg. But I think my luck boosts did run out on most of my accounts. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the black market and buy a bunch of evolved luck boosts for each account. And then just make sure I have some tier 5s active as well, because I think my potions definitely ran out while I was AFKing. So I'll do that, and then I'm going to start hatching again, and we'll see what else I can get. Okay, so while I was getting some potions by like opening my mystery boxes and stuff, I was also going through my premium pass and like claiming everything, and I realized I have a ton of season eggs, and since we can now auto open them, I kind of want to auto open them on all of my accounts and see if I can get myself the 1 out of 10,000 chance pet. That would be pretty cool. Okay, here we go. Yeah, there is an auto function, which is pretty cool. So let's auto it and see if I can hatch anything crazy. Probably not, but it would be cool. Oh, a legendary, the Ophanium. Okay, that's the second rarest one. That's not too bad. So I did get 2 Ophaniums, it looks like, but besides that, nothing else. And honestly, the Ophanium is super underpowered, so it's not even going to be usable. Yeah. All right, so it's time to pop all my potions again, and we are going to start hatching for probably a couple more hours, and hopefully that does push me over the 1 million egg mark, but we'll see. Okay, so it's been like 8 more hours, and it's finally time to check everything that I managed to hatch. Now, I'm pretty sure we reached the 1 million eggs, but I'll definitely be checking that after. But let's see. Anything good? Just a ton of dual corns on this account, it looks like. Once again, more dual corns. A shiny and a holy egg. Okay, not too bad. Dual corns. It looks like this account hatched a ton of dual corns. A holy egg as well. And then this account had a lot of hatches. Nothing too notable. Okay, well, fair enough. That is, I think, 1 million eggs. Let's just double check and check the egg hatch count, but I'm pretty sure that is 1 million combined, and it's time to trade over all of the pets I got and see how much I'm able to improve my team. 190,000, 170, 170, 170, 180,000. And that is unfortunately not 1 million, so I'm gonna have to keep hatching a little bit longer. But once again, I will be putting on a few more luck boosts just to hopefully improve my luck, maybe hatch something better, but we'll see. And let's get back to hatching. Okay, I AFK'd for like honestly much longer than I expected, and now I think it's definitely been 1 million eggs. Now the top account here did disconnect while I was AFKing, so it did hatch a little less, but I think the other counts will make up for it. But let's check if I hatched anything good while I was AFKing. You know, it's going to be a lot of dual corns because I was AFKing for a while. Not bad, a holy egg. Okay, a shiny. Oh my gosh, a shiny holy egg. That is really good. And 2 more regulars. Now that is awesome. Let me check that out in a second, but let me check this last account. What is this? A mythic dual corn. That is the first one I've gotten literally all video. Pretty good. And a holy egg. Okay. Okay, now just to make sure I did open 1 million throwback eggs, let's see how many I hashed on each account. So on this account, 200,000 almost on the dot. On this account, 246,000. On this account, 253,000. On this account, 250,000. And then on this account, 261,000. So if I do the math and add it all together, that is a little over 1.2 million throwback eggs hatched. Now, I think it's just best for me to trade over everything and then go over what I got. So I'm going to go ahead and get all my accounts to trade everything over to my main account, and then we will go over literally everything I got. But so far, that shiny holy egg and that mythic dual corn is looking pretty good and will be probably some really good additions to my team. All right, so let's see what I managed to get. So obviously I got a ton of Easter serpents. Now on basically every account I was auto deleting these serpents, so there weren't many to trade over, and honestly even the mythic ones aren't really powerful, and I'm assuming the mythic shinies are not very powerful, so I didn't trade over any of those either. But I did get around 6 to 10 mythic Easter serpents per account if you are interested in knowing that, but I do not know the exact number of shiny Easter serpents or regular Easter serpents because they were auto deleted. However, moving on to the dual corns, I managed to get 169 dual corns. Now I'm so happy that these are tier 3s because that means I might be able to finally make some luck teams, but that's honestly pretty insane. They're 1 out of 50,000 each, so that is pretty good, and they have some decent stats. So I'm definitely going to try to make some shiny and see if they are worth having on my team. However, I did also manage to hatch myself 8 of the shiny ones, which is also really nice, so I don't have to craft too many. And then moving on to the holy eggs, I hatched a total of 17, which is honestly a lot more than I expected because they're 1 out of 500,000, so that's not too bad. But moving on to the 2 rarest things that I managed to hatch in this video. Now obviously this is no secret, and I did manage to hatch a lot rarer of stuff in my last video, but I'm honestly still kind of happy with this stuff. I hatched a mythic dual corn 1 out of 5 million, which is honestly pretty powerful. I'm still not sure if it's going to be in my team, but it looks really cool at least. And then the shiny holy egg 1 out of 20 million. Now this looks pretty cool and it has some really good stats, so I'm definitely going to be using this. And then I might even make one more shiny holy egg, but I know for a fact this is going to be pretty useful on my team. Yeah, for sure I can make a gem team and a coin team now, it looks like, because some of these pets have higher gems but do not have as much coins. So I'm going to go ahead and do some enchanting and we'll see what my 2 teams are going to be looking like. I will be back in a little bit. Okay, so it took a little bit, but I think I crafted 3 insanely good teams for gems, coins, and bubbles. Now I still have a ton of tier 3 legendaries, dual corns, and stuff that are left over. So now I can actually start making some luck teams for each of my accounts, which is actually pretty nice. So I'll be doing that off camera once I'm done this video. But as you can see, I have a really good gem team here built up, and it gives me a total of a 3,000 times gem multiplier. But let's just see how many gems I actually get from aiming the chest. Around 11 million without an infinity elixir, and around 11 million without an infinity elixir. And how many gems do I get from a mystery box? I get 568k per mystery box. That's not too bad. So let's see, if I open 10 of these, how many am I gonna get? Not bad, about 2 or 3 million without even using an affinity elixir, which is not bad. And then if I go and collect one of the big gem chests, now this is probably where I'm going to get most of my gems from. So let's see how many gems I get once one of them spawns. Okay, here is a gem chest. Let's see how many I got. 474k, not bad, especially with the affinity elixir. That'll be double, so not too bad. Honestly, it's only slightly better than the team I had before because the difference in like the gems between the dual corns and the marshmallows on the base level are only 1 gem. However, still a slight improvement. That's not bad, but I'm more interested in the coin team that I have here. So if I put on the coin team, so the only changes that I really made was that I added 2 of the holy eggs with looter 5 and teamwork 5, which are incredibly OP. Definitely hope I can get more of these shiny holy eggs. So let's see how many coins I get now just from putting on a coins 5 and then collecting some of the coins in here. 1 billion from the small safe. That is not bad at all. Now keep in mind I do have the double coins game pass, but even without that, that would be $500 million. Yeah, 1.5 billion for the big chest. Now I think there is a cap, but if I were to use an affinity elixir, in theory I'd be able to get like 2 billion for the small safes and 3 billion for each of the big chests, which honestly is kind of OP. So yeah, that is definitely going to help me farm coins on every account really fast now. Now the last team that I did make was a bubblegum team. I probably won't really be using this, but before I had a bubblegum team, I was only getting around 98,000 bubbles per tap. So let's tap and see how much I get. 110. So that is a slight improvement, around like 10% increase, which is honestly still not too bad. So yeah, I was definitely able to improve my team, make a pretty good gem team using a bunch of these dual coins that I got and the holy eggs, and then also make a pretty good coin team with the shiny holy eggs added. So yeah, after opening over 1 million of the new throwback eggs, I got some pretty insane pets and some pretty rare hatches, including that 1 out of 20 million shiny holy egg, and was finally able to make different pet loadouts for coins, gems, and bubbles, and greatly improve each loadout. So yeah, I think this video was definitely a success, and I think I will probably be hatching this egg for a little bit longer to get even more of those shiny holy eggs. But with all that being said, if you enjoyed this video or found it useful, or you just simply want to enter the giveaways, make sure to like and subscribe, and don't forget that once I reach 40,000 subscribers, I'll be doing a massive 100+ huge pet giveaway on Pet Sim 99. But until then, I hope you all have an amazing day and good luck grinding. It is time to roll the winners of the giveaway from my last bubblegum simulator video, and here is our first winner, who is currently inside of a bubblegum simulator game. Okay, and here you go. Congratulations on winning a double gems game pass. Okay, so it looks like we found our second winner. I'm gonna go ahead and join you. Congratulations on your double gems game pass. And it looks like we might have found the last winner. Let's go ahead and join you. And congratulations on your double gems game pass. So yeah, unfortunately I did have to skip past a few people because they did not have their joins available, or they just weren't online. Now once again, you do kind of have to be online for me to be able to gift you the game pass, so unfortunately that is one downside, and I do have to re-roll whenever someone is not online or not joinable. But this is the best way I have found to actually do giveaways in this game. If you have any other ideas on how I could do this, let me know down in the comments, but it seemed to have worked pretty decently, and I was able to give away the 3 game passes pretty fast.